we are now going to see It's Lexi and Bailey do a co-op versus Msushi in Portal 2. Let's see it.
Well, hello there, everyone. It's Bailey. I'm here with Lexi on our half of the team versus Msushi over there playing all by himself. Going to be playing as both robots today in the race versus me and Lexi having the power of teamwork on our side. You guys want to introduce yourselves as well?
Yes, hello, I'm Lexi. I will be playing as Atlas with Bailey as Peabody, and I'm excited to run some Portal 2 co-op.
Hey guys, I'm Msushi. Thank you for donating, all the very generous donations supporting PCRF. Got me out of my cage, and now I'm here, and I'm gonna be able to race co-op by myself while Bailey and Lexi use their power of teamwork. We have two awesome commentators to help us. While me, Bailey, Lexi would love to trash talk each other the entire time, we're gonna get some more informative commentators. So Jayo and Shiz, can you guys introduce yourselves?
Yeah, hello. My name is Jayo. I'm a mod for the Portal 2 Speedruns Discord. I'm here for one half commentary.
And I'm Shazal. I run both Portal games, and I'm really happy this incentive got met because this is going to be a good race.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing. I'm super excited for it. I believe we're ready to get going whenever y'all are.
All right, let's both do reset,
Awesome.
and then once we're
Yep.
out of the load, we'll get a countdown from our commentators.
Yep.
Game starts with a cutscene here, so once we're all loaded in, we're going to have a bind ready to stop the cutscene. Get started into the run. I'm loaded in. Are you,
Okay.
Sushi?
I'm ready when you guys are.
We're ready.
All right, ready for the countdown.
All right, you guys can go in 3, 2, 1, go. So this first map of the game is called Calibration. Well, actually, before I start, just to properly explain what's going on here, Bailey and Lexi are doing a standard co-op run, so each player controls one robot, standard, normal Portal 2 co-op stuff. But Msushi is doing what's called solo co-op, where both robots are controlled by Sushi, one at a time, both on keyboard and mouse. And he has a keybind on his keyboard somewhere that changes which robot he's controlling. So he can only control one robot at a time, which means you'll see a lot of him doing stuff twice, one with each robot.
And right off the bat, we're going to get right into the action here. I'm actually going to do one of the most major skips in the run, which is calibration out of bounds, which is going to allow them to skip the whole
Need
map.
to reset.
Ooh, that's actually a soft lock.
Do you want me to reset as well?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Chalk it up 1-0 already. I mean, Jesus.
All right, we're
Yeah.
ready. Are you?
Yeah, give me 5 seconds.
Get used to this. This map is extremely easy to soft lock on.
This is
Absolutely
one of the
fine.
hardest maps in the run.
Okay,
and
countdown
at least
part
it's at
2.
the
Countdown part 2.
beginning.
All right, I'm not sure if Restream wants to reset timer, but I will count down from 5 to give him a little bit more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
While we're
There's
getting
only
back
about 3
there.
different ways you can soft lock.
Amazing. Real quick, we have $10 from Rippy that just says Flexi.
Lexi. All right, so if you're paying attention at home, Msushi is currently 1-0 on this mini race.
The best
Not
of
even
ones.
out of not even out of the first level. No, I'm tracking by how many mistakes each team makes. So Sushi's currently ahead with 0 mistakes so far.
All right, so we're getting ready for attempt 2 on this.
Interesting choice.
And here we go. Hopefully we can grab the gun this time without falling down.
Orange is first to acquire
There we go, yep.
a portal device.
Okay, we're good.
Blue now has a portal device.
So they're going to
So-
line up pretty precisely here to knock on Lexi's end out of bounds, and they do, and they're going to shoot a portal towards the very end of the map.
You might notice that the partner view So on the bottom right of Lexi and Bailey's screen, you can see that is Bailey's view that you can see in game. When you're out of bounds, things sort of break with that, but it fixes itself once the players go back in bounds.
There's very minimal out of bounds anyways in the run, so won't be too much of an issue.
There are a couple other times in the run where they'll go out of bounds, but that is by far the most major one, absolutely.
Lexi and Bailey out first, Msushi out not that far behind. I don't have the exact timers up, but somewhere in the ballpark of a couple seconds. So this is the lobby map of the game. We'll be back here another 4 times throughout the run. The Portal 2 co-op campaign is divided up into 5, technically 6, but for the sake of this run, 5 different courses. Each course focusing on a different mechanic. So course 1, which is what all players are going into now, it focuses on cubes and buttons.
Yep, and the tests themselves aren't that complex, but one thing that is going to be very important for them, and something you definitely already noticed by now, is that Portal 2's main form of movement is bunny hopping. It is a source game, so it's probably not very surprising, but that's just a combination of jumping as soon as you hit the ground, and air strafing, which not only helps build up your speed, but air strafing itself is going to be integral to a couple other tricks throughout the run. Basically, air strafing just means turning in the air, so...
You know, in some human sports, the winner is the one who scores the fewest.
As we can see, these first few maps are relatively simple. A lot of the time save on Lexi and Bailey's end is just coming from the fact that they could do these actions simultaneously, as of like pushing buttons and running through portals, while Msushi can only control 1 robot at a time.
Yeah, course 1 is definitely going to set at least a precedent for how much more work is going to have to be put on Msushi's end on some of these maps.
Thankfully, some chambers, sort of like the second half of this chamber that Msushi's on, can be done entirely solo, so one robot can just sort of sit by the entrance while the other one can go do the entire chamber, which does help out a little bit, but overall, obviously, it being a co-op campaign, a lot of stuff has to be done by both robots at the same time.
Absolutely.
Naturally, this will pose an interesting challenge for one of you, given the other's performance so far.
Lexi and Bailey in a map introducing 2 pretty vital concepts to the run, lasers and turrets. Turrets we won't really see again after this map for another couple courses, really. But lasers will be very integral as a pretty major part of the campaign, puzzle-wise. And looks like somewhere isn't being powered. There we go.
Yeah, that part can be a little finicky if your portals aren't placed almost exactly, like if you place them too low. But they make it through there at the end of the day.
However, I can tell you that at least one of you is doing very, very
Now,
well.
over on Msushi's screen, we can see another pretty vital mechanic that is exclusive to the call portion of this game, and that is cube preserving. Normally, those fizzlers are supposed to get rid of cubes and disintegrate them, but in co-op, there's a way that you could sort of preserve them through the fizzlers, and you'll be seeing that throughout a couple of the chambers in this run, on both sides.
So at the start of this map, the Bailey and Lexi are on rat mains. The game introduces you to a new taunt. There are a set of taunts in this game that you can do to just have fun with the partner. In that case, it's the rock, paper, scissors taunt. Gives you a little intro. It does it like automatically. They just restart the level at the start there to save time over having to watch that cutscene there.
And the other ready to ponderously waddle into action should the test suddenly become an eating contest.
I think Bailey left the button there, so that lost a couple seconds.
Collaboration points. The truth is, every aspect of your performance will be reflected in your final score. For instance,
So now Sushi's doing the cutscene skip there. Still a chamber behind. Plenty of time to catch up, though. By no means is he far behind.
Alright, so this map that Lexi and Bailey are entering is one of the... There are a couple of maps in the co-op campaign that are quite literally the entire solution is, at least in the speedrun, is bunny hop good. And this is the first one of those, Laser Crusher. Lexi and Bailey both unfortunately did fall into the goo there, so that is going to be a bit of time save on Sushi's end. Both failing the jumps a second time.
Definitely not easy, especially since both people have to hit it. So co-op runs also have a strong emphasis on consistency for that reason. Both players need to be playing on point.
So Bailey made it over. Lexi is going to be doing a bit of a backup strat here. Just moving that laser using a redirection cube over to lift that crusher. That's the name of the map.
Looks like that actually lets Sushi even it right back up though.
Usually with a goal of not failing horribly.
The final thing to introduce when it comes to, I guess, sort of the format of the Portal 2 Hall campaign is that all the courses end with this sort of behind-the-scenes section, where the goal isn't to like get to an exit door, but is instead to put a DVD into a DVD player. And then after a little cutscene, the robots will explode, and the map transitions back to the hub. Naturally, this first map is called Behind the Scenes, and we'll be seeing each of these maps throughout the run to mark the end of each course. Now, since the DVDs are in, there's not really much to do until the map changes.
You can just mess around, look at the messed up railing texture here, because it's pretty funny.
Classic Valve.
Then carefully reassemble you. Luckily, you don't feel pain. At any rate, you don't have a
Should have checked the timer as to where, or the timers as to where they exited. On the test there.
I'll be able to catch it, I think.
You can see. Oh yeah, that's right. There is the other stream which is slightly delayed.
Yeah.
No, it's already too late, at least for Sushi's.
Stop it.
Well, Bailey and Lexi seem they faded out at like 7:54 or so. But yeah, I don't know what Sushi exited at, so.
Yeah. Well, that's on the real timer. The toast should be able to. Yeah. All right. So course 2 is all about flinging. Pretty much every single chamber here in course 2 has flings as its main mechanic. Of course, this first map introducing them. And then using what are called reportals, which you will see once Sushi controls the other. Well, there we go, right there. Essentially, when you're inside of a portal and you shoot a portal, the game will give you plus 200 speed, so you don't get stuck in the portal or something. This could be used obviously to an advantage to gain some quick speed.
Real quick,
You'll
I
be
do want to
seeing-
say that we just passed $9,000 for PCRF.
Wow.
Thanks to a donation from Tom at $50 that says, "Hey Sushi, FYI, if you lose this race, the Celtics will lose 2-4."
No!
Take that as you will.
Stakes here.
$9,000. That is absolutely amazing. This is our final run, so your last chance to get any donations in, any more flaming of Msushi. This is your time. He has to hear me say it.
Suddenly it just got serious.
Normally in the speedrun community, we don't condone hating or harassment, but you know, for Celtics fans, it's okay.
It's all in good fun.
Oh, sorry.
It is. The Celtics did win their game last night, so it's a chance to get back.
Right.
With perfect results and no consequences.
All right, so Sushi and Lexi, Bailey, and Sushi are all on the same level here.
Well done.
Pretty close. Sushi is transitioning out of the level as Bailey and Lexi are getting into the elevators.
And you didn't.
So let me actually watch the main stream to see what times they're exiting. Game times, at least. Obviously, most PC games have an in-game timer that takes out loads, Portal 2 included. So, all right, I couldn't catch it. Whoops.
Ours is 8:49.
That's out of Infinite Flame.
Yeah.
848.
Yo! All right, so you'll notice on Lexi's side of the screen, you'll see that Bailey just hopped on the button and then it just stuck down. When you're playing as Peabody or the orange robot in the Portal 2 campaign, or in the co-op, in Portal 2 co-op, if you jump on and then off of a button immediately, then the button can get stuck down like that, which is incredibly useful for speedrunning, and it's also something that Sushi, playing locally, cannot do. So, that is a little bit of an advantage in that level, plus any others that use button sticks like that.
Remember when I told you that you were the only subjects to pass the calibration tests? I lied. There are 5,000 other two-subject teams.
I believe for the rest of course 2, any major time saves that we see between the players are just going to be execution based. There aren't really that many. Never mind, I completely forgot about the map that Sushi is heading into.
Yep.
Which is our second use of out-of-bounds space in the run. This is catapults, and you will be seeing something pretty crazy here. So Sushi's going to be getting Sushi on the left side of the screen is going to be getting what's called quantum crouch, which essentially keeps your camera the same height as if you were standing, but lowers your hitbox as to what it would be if you were crouching. Meaning that launching on a faith plate would mean that your camera goes a little bit out of bounds, thus you could shoot a shot halfway across the map, skipping pretty much all the puzzles involved.
Definitely not easy, by the way. Hopefully, no one will have to reload the map.
Hopefully, yeah, it is possible to soft lock here. Not while doing the shot, but flipping back.
This shot is also really a pain.
Yeah, there we go. Now restarts. Good.
We would never soft lock in Portal 2 cooperative.
Never.
Clueless.
All right, we have a challenge from Akko in the chat who says we can get to 10K. Do it for her. And so, all right, I'll do my part. I put in $100. Akko said to do it for her. I had to oblige. So now we're at $9,100. I believe.
Do it for the Celtics.
Yeah, you choose. Do it for the Celtics or do it for Akko. You can pick. I mean, or
also
for Archie, or for Palestine. There's plenty of options. Yeah, for
charity.
Palestine. I mean, there's a
For
lot.
anything.
There's a lot of good reasons. And so tell me in your donation.
That's a true story.
Or all the above is a valid one as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, Sushi failing a cube preserve there. Bailey doing a much safer way of doing the cube preserve. Instead of jumping up above the Fizzler, he's going below and moving the cube below the Fizzler, which is a bit slower, but a lot more consistent.
Congratulations on completing that last test.
So, in this map, Bailey and Lexi are going to be pulling back the real-time lead. Let me write this one down. Not the tough. Okay, 1150.
Also worth noting that because Lex and I are actually playing cooperative game across different states, we have longer loads than Sushi, so we have a command on Sushi's side to artificially increase the loads by a few seconds to make it a little more interesting for the live RTA version of the race.
That's true. All right, for those who can't quite read the screen and the small text, Bailey and Lexi out of the previous map are at 1150, and Msushi is at 1218.
Excellent. I think you have earned
You snap,
a break
Lexi?
from the official testing courses.
Oh, great! You have to make me explain that now.
You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. We're just gonna do it.
That's true.
I can
Well, you
explain
should
it.
explain it.
Yeah, okay, why not? Yeah, I'll explain it. Okay, so, basically, if you set your sensitivity really, really high, whenever you move your mouse, basically your view can snap to very, very specific coordinates, which is the reason it's called view snap. And the reason why it's important on this map is, basically in Portal 2, there are these things called seam shots. Now what that means is between two walls, there are sometimes very, very, very tiny gaps that you can shoot through. And on occasion, that is actually really helpful if there's a portable surface behind that, excuse me. In the case of an industrial fan, it lets you just shoot right to one of the final rooms and skip the whole map. I believe this is more of a recent addition to the run.
I want to be clear. There's no reason whatsoever for you to look at them.
It is.
I believe the seam shot was found before the view snap was found for it, not mistaken.
Yeah, the seam shot. Oh, I don't know the exact date when this specific seam shot was
Yeah,
found,
so
but
people
seam
just
shots in
to line it
general.
up and click and pray.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole
Probably.
point of the view
Yeah.
snap is to consistently get the correct angle instead of just shooting and praying.
I don't know what you think you are.
All right, the
Alright,
donuts are
Bailey.
continuing in.
I want you
Real
to
quick, we have
stop.
$10
Maybe I
from
shouldn't
Chuckles
send
that
you
just says
outside of the
Akko.
official testing courses.
True.
You are picking up some
Hey,
bad
true.
human traits. And trust
Alright,
me,
Bailey and Lexi are 13-10 out of course 2. Msushi is. Gotta wait for it to appear. 13:59. So as the players are heading into course 3, you can see these magical blue things over on the left side of the screen. These are hard light bridges, and they are the focus of course 3. They're basically movable, portable floors, which is quite handy.
And this room is pretty cool. One player is going to be responsible for shooting the bridge, and the other player will be responsible for grabbing cube. Or actually, I guess on Bailey and
Grabbing the
Lexi,
sphere,
they
yeah.
don't. Yeah, but nonetheless, you could see a very good use of air strafing there to basically just bypass the entire chamber over how you're supposed to do it.
There you go. You can see another sort of peek on Msushi's side of air strafing over to the button.
Going back to these old tests would satisfy me. But try as you might to fail this next test, I still won't be
A lot of these
satisfied.
early course 3 maps are very, very simple. It's basically just find the portal surface to shoot on. Meaning it's pretty hard to mess them up. It's only once we get till later in the course do things get pretty difficult with the turret maps. Because
Oh,
the
yeah.
turrets will return, and they return with a vengeance.
Could have a lot of fun with those maps.
The turret gauntlet, some may say.
Pretty much.
It's 2 maps, but you're right.
it is.
It feels like 20.
Oh, Msushi. Oh no, I think that's just the route for solo co-op with the death there.
One of my best tests, and they let plants grow here. Can you believe this? You can't test plants.
In this next room that Bailey and Lexi are entering, you'll notice them doing a little bit of a skip where you could bounce yourself off of an angled bridge. Oh, and sort of strafe into the exit area there. Lexi, unfortunately, not.
Brings back such wonderful
Didn't have the
memories.
speed to make it. There you go, getting it second try.
Excellent.
Simple but awesome skip there. I still love that trick.
Want a reward for
And
completing this
that
test.
trick is required for an actual achievement in the game, so
True.
At least the
So that is
plants didn't
intentional.
Want a reward.
there's a complete this map in, I think it's 4 portals, in which you need to do that.
Yep.
I created this test to let the
More
humans
donations
feel good
are
about
coming in.
themselves.
We have $20 from
extremely easy.
Augendrosser
Just
that says,
follow
do it for
the
both.
arrows.
$10 for the Celtics, $10 for Akko. Great job this weekend, everyone.
I'm sorry. The arrows seem to have rusted off. Good luck.
And we have another $8 from Goofy Goober 69 that says, this event wasn't so goofy and silly despite the fact that I didn't fully make it to like you at all. I'll surely show up to the next year.
They
Thank you,
described it
and
as
Gur.
impossible,
That took me
deadly,
like 7 times to
cruel,
read, and I think
and
I got it
one
right, but I don't know. I don't know what it means, and I think that's beautiful.
You did great.
Good job, Court. I'm clapping
Thank
for you.
So I believe the map that Lexi and Bailey are going up on are actually I think this is the last instance of out of bounds in the run. Is it this map? I believe it is.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So this
It will
actually
be very
lets you-
brief. Pay attention.
Humans are
Yeah.
really
It's gonna be like
requesting
2
funds to avoid
seconds.
brain
But they
injury.
just jump
that's
to a
it.
higher part of the level.
Random
Yep,
numbers.
just like that.
Making the
That makes
rules
use of a
deadly was more
trick
cost
called a
effective.
portal bump, which just takes advantage of a very simple concept where if a portal is on the surface and you try and shoot a portal on top of the one that's already placed, the game will want to push the portal away to the side of the portal. And it just so happens that if you shoot the portal in the corner where they did, it bumps it in an out of bounds space where you can actually shoot.
Portal bumping into oob space isn't necessarily unique to this one map. You could do it in a lot of places around the game, both single player and co-op. Whether it's useful though is a
To try
entirely
and make
different
this course
question.
more exciting, I asked the reassembly machine to not reassemble
The answer is
you.
usually no.
He refused. I understand. That would be like
Let's
asking
see. I'll
me not
take.
to test.
Yeah, I'll take. I'll take time out of here.
Still, that would have been exciting.
Alexia in the elevator. So out of Bridge Fling, which is the map that Bailey and Lexi are on. Actually, the map that everyone should be on. 1735. Msushi entering into the
Is
elevator.
this the dagger?
And here are the fun maps. This is where the turret gauntlet begins.
The
Turret
humans were
walls.
miserable at this.
Yep, the whole point of these next couple maps is blocking the turret's bullets using the bridges. But sometimes if you get shot with the turret bullet, it's over.
Yes. They will just get comboed to death.
And Sushi is at 1829.
Pretty clean though from Bailey and Lexi making it through that map without incidents.
The humans must have reconfigured it from my original plans.
It's only one half of the gauntlet though.
Yeah, the next map, we just talked about how bridges block bullets. And the next map, you're supposed to do the same thing, but Bailey and Lexi are going to decide not
Oh
to do
no. With an Msushi death, I believe. I don't think that was intentional.
that. Oh boy.
So that's
That is
going to
why
be a
it's
bit of
called
time
the
loss.
turret gauntlet.
That is the smell of
Yep.
human
So you'll see
food.
Bailey and Lexi just sort of taking the bullets there on this first part of the map. And then in the second map, they're going to try to strafe around the turrets and sort of hide behind a wall. So we'll see if... There you go. This jump can be pretty tricky. Lexi making it, and... Oh no, Bailey
it's a
dying.
death.
If I made these tests any easier, they wouldn't be
Still
tests.
savable. Just a little bit tougher, because Bailey has to do this part solo for a little bit.
Here you go, both making that strafe, which is good. It's a lot harder
I'm sure
to
if I had the time to repeat these
recover from
tests,
dying from that strafe, because you have to do everything again.
So again,
Alright, they made it.
congratulations on completing the broken, easy tests.
Fittingly, this map's called Turret Assassin.
Yes, very fittingly.
Very fitting.
Never
Sushi
thought of
having
it
to
that
ta-
way.
Yeah, Sushi taking a death on this first part of the chamber. As Bailey and Lexi are entering
I am
the
going
third
to
behind-the-scenes
risk having
map.
to go outside the official courses when I
This
apply.
is
The humans
probably
accidentally
the
got
most
the security DVD
difficult
in the
one,
player. I am sure it was
just
by
because there's so
accident.
many different moving
I urge you to
parts,
put it back in the player for safety.
and it's also just quite long as well. Both players have to do a lot to make sure that they get all the cycles, all the right ball hits. So things like Bailey missed a cycle there to grab that ball. They'll be losing a couple seconds.
Oh no.
Oh, and then Bailey
Slip off the
dying.
edge. They got to do it a second time now. Yeah, and the jump on
Oh,
that
no.
pillar can be tough too. It's a lot more precise than it looks to get on that actually.
Oh, hopefully Third tries the charm.
Okay.
There we go. And after that, there's a pretty interesting mix of a fling plus hitting an angled piece of geometry that will that would change the direction of the fling. Never mind.
Right.
They're
I
not
think
doing it.
Sushi does it though, so we'll get
Sushi
to
does it. Yeah, so my
Yeah.
explanation won't go to complete waste.
Yeah. Either way, no matter the method, they do skip a big puzzle in that main
Yes. Yeah, normally the puzzle here, both players have to fling themselves and then hit each other in the middle of the air to drop down. But whether you just use the bridge and then bunny hop around, or you do a big fling, still skips the whole thing. You'll also notice Msushi doing this entire map by just by one robot, because for these behind-the-scenes maps, only one robot has to make it to the end to put the CD into the player.
Yup.
There's no actual condition for both robots being anywhere.
I never expected you to make it this
And
far.
Bailey and Lexi are gonna come up
honest,
on
after your
Course 4,
performance in the
which
calibration
introduces
test,
excursion funnels.
I
So
was
this
ready to
course is
break
actually
down your
home to
course
probably what is the
and
most
put them
broken
back in the
glitch in Portal 2,
scientific calculators I
called the
took them
crouch
from.
fly
But you
glitch,
two have
which allows
fun.
you to basically just fly around the map at will. And just a short explanation as to how it really works, which you'll see in a little bit. basically, as is the case with, it's kind of related to Quantum Crouch in some ways, but basically you have two hitboxes, which is your standing hitbox and your crouching hitbox. And when you walk into a funnel, stop moving and crouch, the game never actually disables your standing hitbox. So the game actually thinks that you're in two funnels. So when you exit the funnel, the game's like, okay, well, the player's in one funnel. Let's keep the zero gravity effect. And that's what just allows them to fly around willy-nilly, and it's going to make a lot of these Course 4 maps just completely trivial, because they can just fly to the end.
There you go. You just saw it with Bailey and Lexi. Now you'll be seeing it with Sushi. 90% of these Course 4 maps will be solved this way. There are only, yeah, there'll be a few where CFG isn't gotten, but that's because there are other skips that are bigger than flying to the end.
I've been listening to Orange talk, and I don't know how you put up with it. I really don't. You have the patience
Except for this
of a
map, which is
saint.
impossible. Impossible to skip.
Yeah, this map's kind of just like the take a breather map.
I can't bite my tongue anymore. You could solve this puzzle faster on your own. Orange is dragging you down. There, I've
How's
said
pace
it.
looking overall for both sides here, compared to our
Good
estimate of like
question.
50 minutes?
Let me grab the time out of this map. I haven't done that in a little while. Both teams are definitely on pace for beating 50 minutes. Like that is a given.
Oh yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure.
22:53 for Bailey and Lexi.
Blue,
And Sushi, I
There's
need
another
to
course
wait
and a
on.
half to mess up.
behavior on the last few tests.
True, yeah, the map that Bailey and Lexi are on, easy mess up.
Blue is penalized 75
Very
science
easy too.
collaboration points.
Oh, all right. So, oh, never mind. No, I said ooh for no reason because my little brain saw a similar number. All right, Bailey and Lexi is 22:53. Sushi is 23:51.
Fantastic.
There you go. Very clean funnel catch from Sushi. Unfortunately, Bailey didn't have the fling, so he has to sort of get fly and fly to the end.
Yep, this could still work. Ooh, unless...
Oh, Bailey, if you want hints,
It's
just
patch.
let go when in air, and then have the speed, the horizontal
Oh.
speed.
I know, what I tried to do, but you know, orange ping.
That's fair.
I'm working on it.
You have time. Yeah, normally the route that Msushi did, I'm not really sure how the trick exactly works, but essentially it is just a launch from the portal surface over to the very end of the
All
map.
teamwork is needed.
Not sure how it
weird.
works. Has probably something to do with funnels or whatever.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's the
Oh.
it's the only instance where that trick is used, but
I have a pretty special donation here. I have $275
wow.
from
Wow.
someone you all might know named LM Jax.
Ooh.
Yo.
And Jax says, "Glad to be part of such an awesome event, and super proud of all the staff and volunteers who made this happen. Can't wait for next year, and good luck with the rest of the race Portal
Sorry I missed the
team."
beginning of that
Thank you
text.
so much, Jax,
I was just
for
talking
your
with the
donation,
reassembly
your
machine
generosity,
about
and for being a part of making this
We
event
all agree
possible.
you should stop.
That is absolutely incredible.
Just
And now we're at a
Yeah.
total of $9,413 for
Are you doing that
PCRF.
just to aggravate
I
me?
know we like round numbers here. We're speedrunners. We're always going for that like next minute barrier. How about we go for that next 100 barrier and cross $9,500 by the end of the run at least? I
Do it
know
for
that we
her.
can do it.
We can do it,
Do it for
guys.
her.
All right, so just saw Msushi coming out of a map, and now there's a chance we might be seeing Bailey and Lexi.
What if I told
No,
you
they do.
that
They do this different route. So this is one of the other maps that you can just sort of bunny hop to the end. But it is very, very difficult to, especially in co-op where hops are much more difficult compared to single player. There are a bunch of different backups you could do. That one uses your ability to sort of change your height a little bit while in a funnel, and that's just normal funnel behavior. Just sort of abusing that to get to the end.
Orange, I agree. I never noticed that.
Oh,
about
people are
blue
meeting the
before.
challenge. The donations are continuing to come in.
Is there
$10 for
something
Math
you'd like
Hacker
to
that
say?
says for Akko.
Okay.
Yeah, can't argue with that. Maybe people could place anyone want to place some bets on who's gonna win? I'll put down $10 on Lexi and Bailey.
Uh,
Blue,
I'm putting down
do you
$10 on
feel
Cleveland.
betrayed by Orange for telling you those horrible things
Okay,
about you
okay.
before?
Fair
Heard?
Orange would never make it to the next reassembly station.
I got 5 on Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Ooh, wait. Bailey, I'm sorry to say you lost. I'm drinking a Floridian right now, but I'll do that one next. I'll do that one next.
Okay.
For the after party. I got you.
And finally, to make the rest of Boston mad, all my entire life savings on the Panthers.
You both made it.
Oh!
It seems no matter
I
what I try
see.
to do to pull you apart or destroy you, you just keep going. Keep testing. Don't either of you have drive to be better than the other? It's like you're
Alright, so the
So,
map that...
machines.
Oh, sorry, you're gonna...
It's okay. Yeah. So this
Alright,
is just.
I'll go. So the maps that Bailey and Lexi are currently on. This is the only map where really colliding with the other player matters for the route, at least I believe. But yeah, the players do
At the
collide,
start of this
and
course, I was
when
worried
you
would
are
become
on a faith
incontrollable,
plate and hit a
but in my
player,
attempt to drive you
or well,
apart,
hit
I
really
learned
any
something
prop that has
important
collision,
about trust
obviously
and
your momentum
betrayal.
will be stopped, and
Your
what you are
brains are
left
too
with
small to feel
is
either of
just
those
your full
emotions.
vertical momentum.
So I can
That
trust
allows the
you
players to sort of get to
100%.
places where they normally wouldn't be able to with the one faith plate.
Yep. And we also saw that earlier in course 2, actually.
In multi-fling, after I was trying to place the map.
This is the last test for the standard course.
See, this is
It's just
the
something I
final
looked up
sort of
for you.
test chamber
I
of
thought you might
chapter
enjoy a
4
challenge for
that
once.
both teams are on now, finishing up.
You can
This
just
map
shoot
is sort
through
of
there.
yeah, this map is sort of like a gameplay sequel to Rat Maze from chapter 1. Like very similar style where there's a maze and the one player has to go through it, the other player has to navigate buttons and whatnot outside of it.
Congratulations.
And
You completed
yeah, it's
the
a
standard
pretty cool like
section
sort of
this course.
reoccurring test style that
Before
shows
we
up
can go any further,
actually shows up
I will
one
need
more
you to
time in the
complete one
game
more test
in the
outside of the
DLC
standard
course
testing
6
track.
that we will not be
Please
seeing
refrain from
in
doing
this
those
run.
childish gestures while you are up
Unfortunate.
there.
Yeah, unfortunate. This is all main courses, which is courses 1 through 5, which is the base campaign. Course 6 is a sort of separate DLC that Valve released. There is an all courses category,
We need to find a
but
power
nobody runs
station
it
at the
because
end
course
of this
6
course.
is not that fun.
Those humans must have accidentally disconnected it from my grid. I am sure
Oh,
it was
y'all,
just
I think we're having a
error.
Bailey, you've started the resurgence of Beer Bid War Part 2. Now we have $10 for Math Hacker on Left Hand Milk Stout. Rise up. It's revenge. All right, I'm keeping track. Beer Bid War Part 2. Left hand's up $5.
We could still tie it.
Oh God, wait.
Alright, let's see Sushi's time out of course 4 here.
I'm fully
Is that a
connected.
29:35?
I can
Confirm?
see everything. See, nothing bad
I
happened.
missed it
He
again.
doesn't know.
Excellent.
What?
Alright, he doesn't know. Course 4 time. Course 4.
He's locked out.
Yep, that is correct, sir.
Alright, Sushi and Bailey.
Start level
I also
Lexi.
missed. I hate.
28-59 for us.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
so
the most
getting a
winnable
bit
race
closer.
I've ever seen. This is so winnable.
This is competitive. This is what we want to see, especially course 5. So much can change here, by the way. This course is by no means something you can just kick back and relax on. It's the
course
last course
5.
in the run, arguably the most intense.
Definitely. Course 3 has some maps that could lose you time. Most maps in Course 5 can lose you everything. It is very, very difficult. And of course, you can see from the first level, Course 5, has the gimmick of using gels. So there are two types of gels that appear in the game that appear in this main course. There's the blue repulsion gel, which makes the player bounce higher, and the orange propulsion gel, which makes the player run faster. There is a third kind of gel called conversion gel, which allows any surface to become portable, but it does not appear in course 5, only in course 6. So we won't be seeing it.
You two really are the best cooperative testing team I could ever ask for.
Oh, we have $10 here from Not the Lemonade that says, "Go Lexi and Bailey!" Thank you so much.
Yay.
With that, we're at 9,443, so just over $50 to help us get to 9,500. Let's do
Holy
it.
smokes.
Tried to secretly imprison other humans and hide their tracks. I think they wanted to punish them.
You'll see a little bit of route differences here for Sushi compared to Bailey and Lexi. Sushi only doing a single bounce on the blue gel, while Bailey and Lexi do the more intended double bounce.
Oh.
As Lexi
Map
does
is
not
called
take
double
the...
bounce. So
Yeah, Lexi doing the intended death.
Sorry guys, my dog is barking.
The dog.
Frankie.
Dog has something important to say, that's all.
Frankie appearance at Archiethon?
To start
I'm Team
preparing
Frankie
for
personally.
human testing again, I checked an old suggestion box.
It's the
The
secret
number
fourth
one
option for who's
request,
gonna win the race.
Less deadly tests. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
How do
by
they
the
know
way,
for sure the tests
Sushi
are
just
deadly if
did
they could still write
in the last map
suggestion?
a pretty major map exploit, which just there's like these big beams in the course 5 maps, and they happen to have collision all the way down, and like death planes in Portal 2 like don't really exist. It's just the goo that kills you, so you can just fall all the way down. You'll see Lexi about to do it now on this beam,
Oh no.
and if you stay on the
No,
beam,
no.
you're actually able to shoot basically to the end.
For you and your amazing ability to be reassembled.
No worries, not too
nothing's
costly to miss
deadly.
it.
Sushi missing the strafe there once.
This isn't that hard. The humans can't free themselves.
There you go. And then over on Lexi's side of the screen, it's possible to skip this part of the chamber just with a well-timed jump.
A very well timed jump.
Yeah, very well timed. It is pretty difficult.
Lucky for you two. While I can't control the world outside of the testing courses, the reassembly machine can continue with his work. You will need him for the final track.
All right, we're closing in on estimate. This is your last chance to get your donations in before the end of the entire event. How did the weekend go so fast? I don't understand.
About your tests not being real science.
We'll be seeing the sort of get to the bottom of the chamber and shoot a portal to the end of the map bit again over on Sushi's screen. And then once we get to the next level, we'll be seeing it from Lexi and Bailey as well.
Yeah, it makes use of a cool exploit, at least on Sushi's end. I don't think Bailey and Lexi do it, where if you're on orange gel, the propulsion gel, and you crouch, if you just move a little bit and immediately uncrouch, you'll instantly hit top speed instead of having to like build up to that speed. So it uses that burst of speed combined with an air strafe to just jump to the end.
Your names are included in the footnotes.
Sushi having to go replace the cube because the player jumped on it. And source engine physics means that the cube goes flying halfway across the chamber.
It's random, by the way.
Classic VFIS.
Yep.
Can't live with it, can't live without it.
That's why we love Portal 2.
And yes, just like chat is saying, surely we can get another $57 by the end of the night. I agree. Let's make it happen. We're almost there. This has been such a fun race to watch. I'm really glad we got to see this.
At the rate you are completing these tests, I am beginning to
Sushi
think you don't
entering
share
into
my
the
excitement
final
for
puzzle
rescuing
map.
crying.
As we're into map Propulsion
Injured,
Crushers.
dying.
After this map is over, will be the last map of the
Does that
game.
motivate you? I'm not sure what will.
And pretty much how that final map works is there'll be a little bit of a, I guess there's a bit of a puzzle right at the start. And then Sushi's going to be hitting 2 levers to activate some orange gel. And then ride the gel all the way to the very end to the human vault. And once the screen fades to black, that'll be time.
Yep. We'll see the infamous gel strafe, where things can get pretty spicy. Very difficult trick.
Oh.
Oh, Bailey with a death on this map. Not a map that you want to die on. It is a bit of an expedition to reset your portals.
Music to my ears, honestly.
Here's how Msushi can still win.
I got challenged to a Portal 2 2v1 race. Here's what happened.
Oh, please no bias, but Bailey and Lexi, please win.
That's true. He does not make the video if we win.
I know your cores are reused from calculation machines built for simple mathematical operations.
All right, you
and
see
not
Sushi
for
doing a
testing.
little bit of a map exploit, a little bit of a geometry exploit to shoot across the map. There are those two levers that I mentioned. Sushi's going to be hitting both of them because you can.
In case you're worried about the humans.
And as Sushi waits for the gel to appear, which does take a couple seconds, he's going to move the other player over to the end as well. Once both players make it across the gap with the orange gel, screen will fade and time will be called. So there's one player.
The human vault is just
There's
past
both.
the
Do a
opening.
taunt because you have to.
Security code. The vault door remains
What's
locked.
the
Oh
time?
no.
I am going
Hold on,
to
this is
need
bad
you
taunt.
to activate
Sushi needs to
the
sort of
manual
move out of the
locks
way.
on the vault door itself.
And time. So
GG.
Sushi's game time was a 36:33.
Okay.
Let me write that down.
Does it all come down to vault?
I'm
It
not
would
sure. I
never come
didn't.
down to vote.
That was surely clueless. So Bailey and Lexi are going to be doing something a little bit different instead of doing the normal gel strafe that Sushi did, because it is a bit of a movement technique. Lexi is going to be getting the blue gel, which is what you're normally supposed to do. Obviously, how Lexi's going to be getting the gel, very much not intended, but getting the blue gel just makes that ending strafe hold W, pretty much.
Yeah, just the intended
Instead
way
of
up.
instead of hold W plus move your mouse in a fairly tricky way.
Yeah, and jump at the right time and so many variables.
Yep. So there are
Something is wrong. This door should be
both
open.
robots. There's the taunt and time.
GG.
36:30.
No!
That was a 3-second difference.
Oh my god!
Team
What a
advantage.
race!
Celtics
Wow.
losing 2-4.
That
Wow!
is awesome. You could not have asked for a better race.
That was amazing!
It all comes down to vault.
That's
It all
always-
came down
It
to
all
vault.
came down to vault, guys.
Wow.
Damn.
And
GG
Sushi,
and Sushi.
and Sushi literally
GG's,
turned on
Msushi.
his he streamed yesterday to prepare for this. That's rare. And Sushi streamed.
The highest honor.
In
Is
2024?
this economy?
Looks like Sushi's gonna change the title of the video.
So true.
The
Wait,
run's
last-
over, guys, but there's still time to donate.
That's true. We had $10 more come in from Chuckles that said, I heard a dog barking. Pet that pup. That's so real. So real. And that brings us to $9,453. So only $47 to $9,500. Would love to see us meet that during the finale. But that was such an incredible race. If y'all have any shout outs, anything you'd like to say is the final run of Archiethon here from all of y'all.
Let the science begin.
I just want to start by saying thank you for donating to reach the incentive to make this a race. Clearly it was a very close race, so super exciting content to be the finale of Archiethon. Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah, I speak for all of us. At least, definitely me and Lexi, we've been talking about it all week. That we've been watching Archiethon in the background the whole weekend and just been loving every second of it. So being up here on the screen. It's very exciting. We're very happy to be here, and very happy for all the money we've raised for PCRF, which is the most important part.
Yeah, shout out Archiethon.
Can we get a round of applause for Archiethon 5?
Yeah! We did it!
Oh, my mic wasn't picking it up. But
Go ahead,
I was
Msushi.
clapping, believe me. But yeah, awesome event, guys. Thank you so much for making this happen. And of course, I just want to thank Lexi, Bailey, and Sushi for inviting me over to commentate this. It was great fun.
I just want to say, I think all the Archie-lings are going to come in soon for their outro, but personally, I was one of the organizers for like the first Archiethon when Archiethon was raising money for Archie's medical bills, and it's awesome to see what this has grown into. So, you know, unfortunately, another successful one in the books, and I'm already excited for next year, man.
Hates Mondays.
Archiethon 6, 2025. Who's
Yeah, get
excited?
excited. Get your runs ready.
Yay.
I mean, we want to see stuff like this. Some wacky stuff. We have the ability to put things together. Like, you know, we had the Rocket League and CS and speed cubing and this.
CS2.
So, come up with some wacky ideas. We would love to hear them. But yeah, thank you to everyone who was involved in this portal race, the commentary, the 3-second difference. That was absolutely amazing. Everyone who donated to make that happen. So, yeah.
Always
With that,
something.
I think we're gonna be closing it out, getting ready for our finale.